Alright, so this is actually probably going to happen more often, but you'll be surprised how often you can get the guy's wrist to pop out from here when you break him down. Alright, so always be looking for that. Alright, so if I'm doing this breakdown here and his wrist doesn't come out, because he's a good wrestler, I'm not going to worry about it. I still got turns from here. Alright, so I don't waste my time coming out here and prying it. If you're good at that, you can do it, okay? But now you have some more options. Alright, so I keep my knee, always stays by this ear. Alright. Now once I get him broke down, his first instinct, like he's always coached, and his coaches are yelling at him to build his base. Alright. So while he's building his base here, I come across his throat for a claw ride. Here. Alright, so spin around. So he's flat. I just flattened him out. Couldn't get his wrist. And he's trying to build his base now. I grab this right here. Alright. So I'm grabbing it as tight as I can around his throat here. Still keeping this knee down. I'm still fine up on this arm here. Keeping that wrist tight. And then once I see that his hips are higher than his head, see how his hips are higher than his head? Then I can do this tilt. Here guys, back up a little bit. So all that I do is I put all my weight forward and pull to here. Alright. It looks really simple, but you guys are going to have a little bit of a tough time with it. Alright. So then once you're here, you just pinch, get the 2 count, or maybe a 3 count. Alright. So from here, I go for the breakdown. His wrist doesn't come out. Alright. So as he starts building his base, I grab across the throat here. Alright. So now his head is lower than his hips. All I do, so guys, I'm here. This is what my body does. That's it. Alright. So the reason this works is because I keep it really tight to my chest with this claw. Alright, if you have a loose claw, he's not going to go over. You're just going to be here. He's not going to go over. Alright. If I keep this so tight that if he doesn't go over, it's going to pop his head off. Alright, so I'm here to here. Now notice, I bring this knee as high up as I can to my shoulder here. Alright, because if he's a good wrestler, he's going to try to scramble out of this, and if you don't do it, it's going to look more like this. Okay? And you don't want that, because you want him on his back. Alright, so, one more time, I go for the breakdown. His wrist doesn't pop out. Alright?
Thank you,
He starts building his base. So he starts building his base, I grab this across his throat. Alright, you guys should feel pretty comfortable here, and you should always get it. Alright, once you break his hips to the mat, he's always going to do this with his arm and start building his base. Alright, I haven't had anybody not do it to me yet. Alright, so once you get here, you see his hips, they're higher than his head. Alright, I just lean with my shoulder forward, keep everything tight, knee to my shoulder, right here. And then you can squeeze, just like before. Alright, everybody that can do it? Yep. 1, 2.